Hello, welcome to this alternate channel, Anti-War. We're looking at Mogen 2020, Peaches and Cream, MD 2020. Some people call it, when I was in high school and junior high, people call it Mad Dog. But no, actually, it stands for Mogen. Introduced in 1968, the original red grape. Mogen David, beautiful screw cap, metal. Heavy glass bottle, actually. Clear glass bottle. Natural and artificial flavorings, artificial coloring. No, wine does not look like that. Serve cold, 13% alcohol. All right, so put this back up. So I went to Easy Stop on US Highway 61 in LaPlace, Louisiana, corner of US 61 and Louisiana Highway 44, where Louisiana 44 starts, literally where it starts. And the man was like, "Do you need help?" Because he saw me rummaging around in his cooler. I said, "No." I said, "I do videos on YouTube, and I was looking for different things." "Oh boy, you." Then he was like, "I'll show you this, I'll show you that." I said, I'll usually mention the places I've been, you know. He'll say, "You make sure you mention Easy Stop." I said, "Okay." He seemed kind of cheerful. I think he's a new owner, but he has a pretty huge selection. It used to be Time Saver back in the 70s and 80s, but Time Saver went out of business sometime in the early 90s, I think, late 80s, and now it's an independent place, Easy Stop. I said, "I'll mention it," which I just did. And of course he was like, buy this. I said, "Well, look, I'm just going to get these two, but then I'll go back and get more stuff in the future." So he said, "Okay." John and Neely, good afternoon. Ron, listening as I drive. MD 2020 in the house. You heard me? Okay. All right. So it's that kind of product. So here's the appearance. You can't see it because you're driving. Remember what they say, don't look at videos and drive. But it's peach color. That's what they're trying to achieve. Peach colored. I think what they're trying to do is they're trying to compete with Manischewitz peach cream peach, whatever it's called. It's like Manischewitz has that cream series, cream peach, which to me I didn't like it. It was too sweet, and something about it. It was like drinking sugar. Now the other ones in the cream, they're not bad. I can't remember. Just look up the Manischewitz website. They'll show you the different varieties, everything. So, well, this is pungent. Okay, I'll give you a quick rundown of the aroma before it warms, because these things aren't good for warming. So, yeah, I'll go back to that place. When they had the other owners, they didn't seem to have such a good selection, and the prices were high. This guy seemed to have better pricing. Everything's priced. You got priced by everything. I say, good. And these bottles were $1.99, 375 bottles. The regular 750 is $3.99. So he's got the same price per ounce. He's not trying to jack it up on a smaller bottle. Now I went to another place in the same town. I'm not going to name it. They had the same size bottles, not $1.99, but $2.49, 50 cents more. I said, "Oh, see, shop around, jump around, shop around." So, okay, the aroma is sharp. I mean, you get that sharp, and you can't say it's the alcohol, because they got some elegant, $20 bottle of wine that's 13% alcohol. That doesn't matter. It's just the inexpensive nature of this. It's very cheap brand. It's a very cheap brand. They're using Concord grapes from New York, like the Mogen David. And they have what they call a foxy aroma. It's musty. It's pungent. Some people would say it smells off or bad. It really is a style of grape, and maybe it is bad, but it's a style. I mean, you can't say a style is bad. You don't have to drink it. It's what New York grapes smell like. It's what they taste like. And the American colonists, originally the Dutch, then the British, came to New York. First New Netherlands, then after in the 1660s, New York. And they said, well, that's what grows here. All right, we can't grow Italian grapes or German grapes, Austrian grapes, French grapes, because the climate's different, the soil's different. So the Concord grapes grow fine there. So it's got that foxy aroma, which you may not like. I don't love the aroma, honestly, from Concord grapes. If you get Taylor sherry, whether it's cream sherry excellent for cooking, Taylor dry sherry, they all have that same commonality, that foxy smell, which means musty, like kind of like you go. But that's their characteristic. New York grapes are not too much like California grapes. Now, it's a different climate, different soil structure. The taste. Okay. You can't really attack Mogen David wines because they're full of sugar. That's what they were created as in 1933. Sugar sweetened wines. Okay, they're sweet wines. It was like a Jewish tradition drinking these sugary sweet wines. Why is that? Different reasons. I heard there's like legends, you don't know if they're really true, but like they were on the run and they couldn't let them age properly. So they would just fortify them, like being transient type people, having to move from place to place, just fortify them with sugar, get them to ferment fast. And they got used to the taste. They kind of like knew it was not a proper way to make it, but then it just got to be like a habit to them. And I see people buying Manischewitz and Mogen David all the time. A lot of people around here, I hear them pronouncing it Morgan David. It's not Morgan, okay? But is Louisiana renowned for literacy? Well, there's some famous writers like Grace King, but I mean, no, our education level is not the greatest. But maybe you say, well, I live in Illinois, it's supposed to be so great. And everybody here says Morgan David. There's no R in Morgan in Mogen David. And when I hear people saying it, I'm like, why don't you just read it? But that would be assuming you knew phonics. And that's a real problem in schools, phonics. Schools do not teach phonics properly. They started teaching it again, but they don't teach it properly. Most of your reading disabilities are not based on something wrong with the person. It's based on something wrong with the instruction, okay? I mean, I really believe I could take almost anybody who had a reading problem and correct it like pretty fast if they were open-minded and willing to learn. Now, if you're hostile to learning, well, go ahead and don't know how to read. But it's Mogen David, and it's okay. So it tastes like peach. It's got a creamy nature to it, a creamy texture. I don't know how to describe it. If you drank the Manischewitz Cream series, okay, and you drink this here, peaches and cream, you'll understand what I mean. The cream peach from Manischewitz and Mogen David people probably are like, why are you mentioning that company on your video about our product? Forget them. I understand that. But they have that kind of thing. And they're all flavored, All right. Let's see what else. Now, are these flavored with cane sugar? I get the suspicion they're flavored with corn syrup. Whether it's high fructose, I don't know. It doesn't taste like it's high fructose. It usually has that strange, unpleasant drying sensation, which this doesn't seem to have. Like I say, natural and artificial flavors. What part's artificial? Is the peach part artificial? The tartness. I really don't know. It's tart. It's like unusually tart. Probably have sodium citrate in it, which is what they use to make tart flavor in a lot of food products, including beer like the Ritas. It's not going to hurt you. It's not a bad product. At least that's what the government says. All right, but you know what I'm saying? I don't think it is. If you drank this stuff regularly, it'd probably be a mistake. But then, you're drinking 13% alcohol all the time. The body's a little high, medium. The finish is sweet. So Mogen David started in 1968. I'm sorry. I meant to say 1933. And then in 1968, okay, 35 years later, they expanded their line with the introduction of the flavored wines. Or the higher alcohol. At first, it was just Mogen David MD 2020 grape, red grape. And that, if you look at that website, it's not flavored with anything. The red grape is their original. Look, now I put a link to the wine group. And if you read the wine group's website, they really started a Coca-Cola company. Coca-Cola bought a bunch of wine companies in 1972. I think it was 72. And they thinking, oh yeah, we're going to get into the wine business. It's going to be a big hit. But it didn't really pan out for them. Like they weren't making the money they thought they were going to make. And maybe some new leadership about 10 years later decided, nah, this isn't really working out. And I don't know the internal problems or reasons, but they decided to start getting rid of it. So in 81, they decided, let's get out of the wine business. Let somebody else do it. So they got some investors and they wanted to take it over. And and they went through a bunch of, negotiations, legal things. And then by 1984, the wine group was established. The wine group. Y'all hearing me? You listening to me? Okay, let me go get a little bit more. I'm going to go crazy. No, it's sweet. Like it makes you want to drink more, which is dangerous. They say it's for dessert, so. So in 84, the wine group was spun off, and it was Mogen David, and then they just kept acquiring other wine companies, okay? So today, in 2020, 36 years later, they're one of the biggest wine companies in the world, okay? And they have so many brands, like I'll read some of the, already got off their website. Glen Ellen, Franzia, here we go. Our brands, the wine group. These are not all their brands because they don't even list Mogen David, which they obviously own. They only list the MD 2020. This thing called 7 Deadly Wines, 7 Deadly Zins. That's what it is. 7 Deadly Zinfandels. You've seen that at the store. I've never tried it. I always see people buying it. 10 Span, 13 Celsius, Almaden. So those box wines that sell like crazy. Big House Wine Company, Beso del Sol Sangria. They got Ben Zeiger, Ava Grace, Chloe, Con Cannon, Cupcake, Dorsey, Franzia, Foxhorn, Flip Flop, Fisheye, Glen Ellen, Imagery, Insurrection, Love Noir, McManus, Family Vineyards, MD 2020, Slow Press, Stave and Steel, Trapiche from Argentina, Tribute. And that's just what they're showing. They got way more than that. These companies are like that. They'll show you what they want to show you. Lighthearted. They didn't even list it, I don't think. Okay, so it just goes on and on and on and on, on and on and on. All right. Now we go to MD 2020 website. Actually, a pretty cool website, and it's saying for 2020 only, limited edition 2020 gold. It's kind of gray colored wine, pineapple flavored, with a guy wearing $ sunglasses. $. I've never seen it, but I wasn't looking for it. You understand? I might have seen it. It's got like gold lettering instead of the white and lettering. It's got gold glitter all over the label. And it says available now, only available in the year 2020, only available in 2020. You got 265 days, 11 hours, 52 minutes, and 36, 5, 33, 32, 31 seconds left. There's a thing counting it down. MD 2020. Now look what they're saying on their website. They're saying the original ready to drink. See, they're trying to play into that ready to drink canned and thing, cocktail thing. Our grape wine is made with juicy, luscious fruit infused with tasty flavors to create a unique variety of MD 2020 selections. Enjoy MD 2020 cold any way you like, but they're saying cold. But you can have it cold any way you like. Chilled in a rocks glass, they're showing, in a cocktail, or on the rocks. And then they show their wines, at least the ones they want to show you. Orange Jubilee, Banana Red, Blue Raspberry, Red Grape Wine, Strawberry Kiwi, Peaches and Cream. That's the one I got. It's available in the half and the full-size bottle. Dragon Fruit, Electric Melon. The other one I bought was the Electric Melon. Now, the one I reviewed previously was the Red Grape, available in the half size, the full size, and the 1,000.5 size. 1.5 liters. Big old glass bottle. The King of Grape, with rich flavors of dark fruit. I wasn't totally thrilled with that one, but I didn't hate it on the other hand either. But it did taste like Welch's grape jelly in an alcohol form. Now the Electric Melon, an electrifying and tangy treat. That's the next one I have in the fridge. And it has no artificial flavorings. It's all natural flavors. Oh, it's watermelon flavor. I see there. Okay. Interesting. Well. There's a very good locator tool. All right. So any questions from the viewers? Last taste. Tart. Does it taste like wine? Well, it doesn't taste like any regular kind of wine I ever had. It tastes a lot like those flavored malt beverages, really. Now, the flavored liquors, they don't taste like the malt beverages of the wine because they got a pretty that strong liquor taste, the alcohol taste. They're not as good, I don't think. It just tastes like they're saying on the website, a ready-to-drink product. It's already pre-mixed. In other words, you know, you just pour it cold. Make sure it's chilled in the. You can put it in the freezer for about 20 minutes. It'll be ready to roll. It's not a dessert wine. They say it's for dessert, this one, but it's actually a table wine because it's below 14%. I'm not going to make it out to be more than it is. I did score it. I did a recorded video that I'm going to put on the regular channel, and I got into detail on that one. Some people will find the videos too long, but I wanted to get into it, you know, get really down to it. I gave it an 81, you know, marginally good. And I'll go with that. I'll stick with it. I watched the video reviews. Jerry Fort, the beer review guy, and sometimes wine and stuff, and sometimes candy bars, and sometimes Pop-Tarts, and Hot Pockets, and everything else he can think of, guy. He said he liked it. He really liked it. He was drinking it straight from the bottle. The other two people that reviewed it, it was groups of people. 2 videos with groups. They didn't like it. They gave it really horrible scores, like below 5 out of 10. One group gave it a 3 out of 10. The other one, I couldn't get that. I didn't see that. Like, it didn't make sense to me. I could see where they said it's real sugary and we don't like these kind of products. But if you watch those 2 channels, they like constantly review these kind of products. So they must really like it in a way. That's enough of that. Yeah, you can pick up the sodium citrate, that tartness. It's like super tart. It's not sour. You know, a lot of sour beers, so-called, people say they're sour beers, but when you taste them, they're not sour. They're tart. Okay, A lot of people misinterpret tartness for sourness. Even people that make beer, I think. Okay? You want sour? Go get sour cream. Or let your milk turn sour. Drink that. Now, drink a sour beer. You'll notice something. They don't taste alike. Because what you're thinking is sour is tart, man. Or woman. Cheers, Ron and John. Hey, Jeremy V. from Arkansas. So, my assessment of this is that it is worthy of a B minus, 81. Could be argued higher. I don't see going lower. I couldn't see going lower with it. And some arguments I'll hear from people would be things like, that's junk. I hate that style of product. Well, the fact that you hate a style of product doesn't make it junk. I don't even drink these kind of things. I just do them for reviews because they're kind of a kick. They're fun to do. They're interesting to do. I know what I'm dealing with. I'm not stupid. I mean, if I drink Kool-Aid, I don't think I'm drinking some kind of great product. But this to me is better than Kool-Aid. I don't like that kind of stuff at all. Oh, but these are on the same principle, I suppose. Yeah, it's fine. I mean, I can't really see where somebody would. Yeah, when I watch those two reviews, I don't want to name their channel because I always watch their videos and then they might take it as I'm attacking them or something, but I'm not, just criticizing in a way, in a constructive way, I guess. But all you got to do is do a search for cream peach. You'll see who it is. There's 2 chug videos. I didn't watch it. I don't care to watch somebody chug a whole bottle of flavored wine. It care less that they could chug it fast. What difference does that make? I just didn't. I enjoyed watching the videos, but I wasn't buying what they were saying. You know what I'm saying? I wasn't convinced. I was thinking to myself, are you serious? Because I'm tasting this and you're tasting it and you're describing something much worse than what I'm tasting. So but then of course, a lot of times I watch their channels and I don't buy what they're saying. It's almost like they're being dramatic, they're saying something is horrible, but then at the same time, they're laughing about it and chugging it. And they're kind of having fun with it. And I think I don't know. I don't get it. I don't know. I can't explain it, but I just don't buy it. Like, you do that stuff all the time. You drink that stuff all the time. You're going to tell me how terrible it is. I don't think that's necessarily legit, but whatever. I'll watch it. It's no skin off my back. I'm not paying to watch it or anything. So that's it. Maybe in a week, something like that, we'll do the electric fruit, whatever it's called. Electric passion fruit, electric melon. Yeah, that's what it is. Electric melon, watermelon flavored. Whoa. I'll show you this big bowl of fruit. I'm never going to be able to eat this fruit. I don't even like to eat fruit. Here's an example. Like I got this off the tree right in the backyard. Look at all that fruit. All of these Japanese plums. I picked them with no effort. They just fell right off the tree. I mean, once they get ripe like this, they're just going to come. You can tell when they're ripe because they'll fall right off. If they're not ripe, you got to pull them a little bit, and then they're going to be really tart and even sour. But once they come off the tree like this, oh, you got it. Stone fruit, you got to get that hard seed out the middle. 2 seeds. It's so sweet and tart. It's kind of like this wine. I'll never be able to eat all these. They're going to go bad. I'm going to have to dump them out. I brought them to work. Nobody wanted them. I don't find those people there eat healthy, but I can't eat all the fruit on that tree. How could I? And there's their yard next door over here. They must have 100,000 fruits on the trees. 100,000. There's no way. Another 4 days, they'll all be rotted. But just goes to show you can plant a fruit tree with no effort and be loaded down with fruit. Japanese plum are loquat, but nobody calls them loquats around here. That's just like the official name. They call them Japanese plums. These trees take no effort to grow. I put one little twig, a cutting from the guy next door. I put it in the ground in 1992. I didn't even water it. Well, maybe the first day or two. Then we get rain all the time. So it just started growing and growing. Now it's a big old tree. I do nothing. Nothing. It grows full of fruit every year. Look at that. I peeled the skin off. The skin comes right off if you peel it right. It's just full of juice. And it's like eating sugar. It's just full of fruit juice. If you made wine out of this, and I don't know how to make wine, it would be the juiciest, luscious, fruitiest wine ever. It's incredible. But too bad I'm going to have to dump them out because they're not going to eat them. If you live by me, I'd give you so many you could come pick. And that wooden bowl is heavy with fruit. It's heavy to lift up. The tree is so full of these, the tree is sagging, like it's making the tree break almost. It's like the branches can barely hold their own weight full of this fruit. And cold weather makes no difference. Look, we had 18 degrees, busted water pipes, so many dead plants. That tree laughed that off. When late March came around, I'm talking about 2 years ago, full of fruit as usual. Let me go throw these refuse away. And then I'm gonna get off this hangout. One more thing I noticed about the Japanese plums, besides the fact that they require no maintenance whatsoever, they don't like too much water, too much rain. So like right now it's been really dry. We're in a little bit of a drought, which is going to end this weekend apparently. In these kind of drought conditions with the soil so powdery dry, that tree is just bursting with fruit. It's like so strong and each fruit is so juicy. But when it rains a lot, they'll get split. Like they'll be bad. The fruits will be bad. The plums. It's like too much water makes the tree it doesn't do as well. The fruits won't do as well. So you want less water with these, less water. So don't ever water the tree. Just let it grow on its own. You get one bad year, and for every 4 good years, you get one bad year where it had gotten too much water. So that's the story on Japanese plums. Would it be good if you peeled them and put them in ice cream, like vanilla ice cream? I don't see why they wouldn't be. If you put it in cereal, like some people like to add fruit to cereal, like Cheerios. I don't see why it wouldn't be. Or if you made a pie with it, same thing. What if you took vodka and you peeled these peeled them? Probably wouldn't need to take the seeds out. Peeled them, let them soak in the vodka for about 6 months. Can you imagine what that would be like? That would be something to drink. Oh man, that would be something to drink. Anyway, enough of that. So, cheers to Mogen David Wine Company, in other words, the wine group, and their interesting mass appeal, in other words, a mass appeal to the lower middle class and below group. But hey, hey, everybody wants to drink stuff. So segment of the American population. And be back later on with an interesting canned, you heard me right, canned Corona Familiar.